Good morning, YouTube. Okay, so before you meal prep anything, if you would choose to do this first thing in the morning, you need to make sure that the area is clean, your dishes are done, because you don't want to have any germs. Even though I'm going to be using a cutting board to make most of my stuff, you still want to make sure that the area is clean and free of any kind of dirt, hair, anything. So this area is nice and prepped. I'm going to start getting my ingredients assembled and I will be back. But before, I sound like the Twilight Zone, but anyway, make sure your hands are clean. I have seen so many people trying to sweep their floor, mop their floor, clean their countertops, and all kind of stuff in the middle of cooking. I don't care if you have something on the stove that is boiling or that is simmering. Do not touch cleaning products while you are cooking. You do it after. See, my thing is that I make sure that my area is clean. Okay, soap rag, I make sure it's clean. The last thing that I do is my floor, because I'm going to be moving around, so there's no point of me cleaning my floor and on top of trying to cook and move around and everything in my kitchen at the same time. So do not clean anything but your countertop space that you are working on until after you are done. Okay? Second, make sure your nails are clean. Okay, you don't want to have any kind of dirt all under your nails if you have nails. You make sure that you use a brush and clean under your nails, and make sure that your hands are completely clean before you touch any food. Okay, and if you are working with chicken, make sure that you have the surface clean after you remove the chicken. Make sure that the surface is clean. If you're using a cutting board, make sure it's washed. Okay, chicken is the worst thing to work with, but you know what to do. Alright, you guys, so let me get all of the ingredients assembled here, and then I will be back. Okay, you guys, so I'm back. So this is the ingredients that I will be using. The only thing that I don't have for my burritos is my green peppers, which is fine. But I have the sausage here, which I did make some yesterday. But if you want to purchase the sausage, it is the Jimmy Dean regular sausage. You could use the hot if you want to. I got the big roll at Sam's Club. I believe it was like $6. And the roll was a pretty decent size. And then I got my shredded cheese, which comes in a big bag at Sam's Club. But once you open it, you either have to clip it or, you know, whatever. And I just feel that it's so much easier and more organized if you could empty it in a container. So I have my shredded cheese here. I have my bacon, which this time I'm going to be using the thin sliced Sugardale. I do actually have some of this left. This is the home style. So I'm just going to add that to it as well instead of just wasting it. I got my eggs. Also, too, guys, I'm going to be using my cookie cutters for the egg, so that way that it is a perfect circle. Because, you know, whenever you make regular eggs, you know how they just spread out and they just go everywhere? That'll help keep it right in there. So I got my Thomas English muffins. I'm not going to be using both packs. I'm only going to be using one pack for now. And then I got my super soft flour tortillas. I was going to go with the smaller ones, but I feel that if you have a bigger one, you tend to only eat one because they are pretty long. So I'm just going to use these ones. I'm going to prep 6 of these, and I'm going to prep 6 of these. Okay. Usually if you put them in the freezer, they last up to 3 months. But if you put them in the refrigerator, it's only like 3 or 4 days. So the more people you have in your household, the more you can prep if this is something that they eat, because this is just a heat and go. I prefer to toast mine, especially with the English muffins, but you don't want to toast these completely, because then whenever you heat them up, then it's not as good. So you want to lightly toast your English muffins. And then a fun fact that I learned, before you make your burritos, sorry guys, when you guys make the eggs, the scrambled eggs, let the eggs cool before you put them into the burrito because of the moisture. So if you let them cool completely, because if you're going to put them in the refrigerator anyway, you don't have to have them hot. Just a fun fact. So I'm going to start with making, I'm going to heat up this sausage, but then I'm also going to make more, because if I'm putting them in the burritos, then I need to have enough sausage. So I'm just going to prep all that. I'm going to cook the bacon. These two are going to take the longest, so I'm going to make those first. In the meantime, I'm going to put this back into the refrigerator along with the cheese. That way they stay cool until I need to make them. So I'm going to get these, the bacon and the sausage, started, and I will see you guys in the next clip. Hey YouTube, let me ask you guys a question. What is one thing that is missing from this picture? Can you name it? Can you name it? Don't worry, I'll wait. You give up? Orange juice and coffee. Listen, y'all, when you go to a restaurant or you see movies on TV, do you ever notice how the adults have a thing of orange juice and a thing of coffee? And then you wonder, why? It makes sense. Because you want both of them. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Alright, y'all. I put creamer in this, but the coffee that I did make today is the Donut Shop coffee. This is from Sam's Club. So I have my bacon and my sausage started. I didn't open up the new one yet. I'm just heating up the other roll. This, like I said, I'm going to use for the eggs. I'm probably going to use that one because it's the same size as the English muffin. So I'm going to use that one, but I want to leave it on the plastic, and then I'm just going to set this aside. So let me get all of these prepped and made, and then I'll be back to show you the next step. Coffee, orange juice, coffee, orange juice, coffee, orange juice. No, Mark, it's not black today. It is creamer. It is my French vanilla, sugar-free. I had to add a little flavor in there. Hope everybody's having a good morning so far. Make sure you guys stay tuned because I am going to be making halushki today. It's a little time consuming, but I'm going to start it at like 11 o'clock. And I'm going to get my halushki, my cabbage and everything cut up, and I'm going to get that seasoned, and I'm going to get it into the pan and fry it, add my little garlic powder, and among my other ingredients, I will tell you guys in the next video. But make sure you guys stay tuned for the rest of this video. Also, you guys, too, I am going to take my bacon and I'm going to cut it in half because these are absolutely too long to put on a sandwich. Alright, so I'm going to make sure this is cut. And listen, do not dig into your cutting board. Don't sit there and go like this. Okay? Just work it back and forth. Okay? You have to pick up the side. You have to have some good knives because if not, they're not going to cut. Which mine need sharpened, but it's still getting there. Alright, let me see. Let me flip this over. Okay, cutting down, cutting it easy. Okay, just to get through it. Okay, not putting a lot of pressure onto the knife because you don't want to dig into the cutting board and or the paper that you're cutting it on. So I'm going to only make half of this. So I'm going to Ziploc the rest of it and save it for later for another recipe. So let me get this cooked and I will be back. And always make sure you wash your hands because I did touch greasy bacon. So I'm going to wash my hands before I do anything else. Alright, you guys. Alright, you guys, so listen. When I'm making this sausage, being that I need to make it fit the English muffin, I'm going to use the same thing that I'm going to use the eggs for. I'm going to get my cutting board and I'm going to set this on the cutting board and I'm going to place this inside and press down and I'm going to make an even circle. That way whenever it cooks, it will be the same size. Alright, so let me get all of them prepped and I will show you. Alright, you guys, so there are the sausages in a nice circle. No, guys, they're not actually perfect, but they're there. So I'm going to get this stuff cleaned up because your girl Diaz, one thing about me is I cook, but then I do my dishes and make sure they're all clean in the middle of me cooking. I don't touch any cleansing products, any cleaning products, not cleansing, any cleaning products. I don't touch any of that stuff. I just do the dishes that I have that I need to reuse. I do them while I'm waiting for these things to cook. So let me get these started and I will be back in the next clip. Another fun fact, when you are cracking your eggs, make sure that you do not get any pieces of the egg in your mixture, because you don't want to be crunching on stuff whenever you're eating. Okay, so you have to carefully open the eggs. Some people don't prefer to crack them on the side. Others do. To each his own. Just make sure you are careful when you are doing so. One little slit and then you just break it apart slowly. Okay, I'm going to do one more. And that should be good enough for my burritos. The only thing I need is the 6 eggs for my McMuffin. So I'm going to get this blended up. And you know, guys, you don't have to scrape the sides of the bowl when you're doing it, or the cup, whatever you're doing this with. And y'all, I don't use milk. Like I said, to each his own. I don't believe in using milk to cook. I know some of you are going to be like, what? Yes, I don't even use it in mac and cheese, like nothing. Even recipes that I do that does call for milk, I don't. Alright, so this is nice and blended up. And you could add your shredded cheese in with this to give it that mixture while it's cooking, or you could put this in the pan, start making it, and then put the cheese in it. Or you could just wait and just put the cheese in the burritos. It's up to you guys. I usually add it in with my mixture. That way it kind of cooks through and makes it cheesy. Makes the eggs more cheesier. But you guys could do it whatever way you guys want. So let me finish cooking the bacon and the sausage, and then I will get the eggs started. Alright, y'all. So as y'all see, I cooked it in, you see the brown spots there. That is just the grease from the sausage and bacon. I cook it all in the same. I did put the cheese stuff in there already. And I got over here, I got the sausage patties getting made. The bacon is done. The other sausage crumbles is done. So I'm just going to wait for these eggs to get done, and then I'm going to make the regular eggs, and then I'm going to start assembling everything. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Okay, so when you are assembling your breakfast burrito, you want to make sure that you don't put the sausage and eggs and that all the way to the end, because you're going to fold it in and then you're going to start wrapping, okay? So I'm going to take and get this. And you can add as much or as little as you want. Okay, and then I'm going to place 2 strips of bacon. And then all you're going to do is you're going to take the 2 sides and you're going to fold it in. You're going to take this whole thing and you're going to wrap it over top, okay? Making sure that you keep all of the stuff inside, and then all you do is roll. And then there is your burrito. It's tucked on the side, it's tucked on that side, and then all you have to do is wrap it with some plastic wrap and then put it into your Ziploc bag. So I'm going to get all of these wrapped and then I will be back. Alright you guys, so there are the burritos. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I put the date June 6th. So these will be good if you put them in the freezer up to 3 months. If you put them in the refrigerator, 3 days. Your decision. It doesn't matter. You could put some in the freezer and some in the refrigerator. I'm going to put these in the refrigerator because if I eat one every day and someone else decides to have one, then, you know, you get it. Put these in there and I'm going to get the McMuffin started. Alright y'all, so listen, I'm going to prep mine and show you, because I always got to do, you know, the cook got to do the taste test, because if it's not good enough for the cook, it's not good enough for the people. So, I'm going to assemble this like so. Make sure you got the bottom. I'm going to put the sausage down first because it's a meat. So you want to do meat, egg, and then whatever meat you want after that. So I got my egg is sitting here. So I'm going to take one of these eggs and go, listen, when I did the egg ring, it didn't turn out as good. So I just said, forget it. And I just did the eggs the regular way. So there's the sausage, the egg, and then I'm going to add my 3 pieces of bacon. 1, 2, stay on there, 3. Okay, and all you're going to do, place it on the top, push it down a little bit, and there goes your sausage, egg, and cheese. Well, sausage, egg, and bacon, because I don't do cheese on mine. So let me do the taste test. Look at that. Alright, y'all. Let me get the rest of these assembled, and I'll be back. A1. Alright, you guys, so I did everything and cleaned up everything. Y'all, it took me probably about an hour to an hour and a half to do everything. But it was well worth it because I have breakfast meals for the next week. Alright, you guys, so make sure you guys stay tuned later on for my halushki video. I'm going to start it early this afternoon because it doesn't take really that long. All I have to do is cut up the head of cabbage and then season it. And then I need to fry that and go from there. Alright, you guys, stay tuned. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know the video was a little bit long, but it's worth it. It'll help you guys out, especially if you guys are on the go. It is good to just throw it in the microwave, and there you go. Alright, you guys, give this video a big thumbs up. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications, and I will see you guys in the next one.